I think we're live. We're live,
Are we live
everyone.
though? Are
Yes,
we
we
live though,
are.
Rap?
What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful September 30th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting to have a great day myself, and we are joined by Real Texan Politics and Tyrone, the usual suspects. Say hello.
What's up? Hi.
So is the stream working? Because apparently there's big like outage right now with Verizon and stuff. I guess it's a big I don't know what happened. Was it Verizon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know what's going on. If the stream's wonky, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it seems like everything's fine on the YouTube end, right? Is it?
Should be.
Yeah. It looks there's just a little bit of lag. There's some lag. So.
A little bit of leg.
Little bit of leg, little bit of leg. All right, now before we continue, folks, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts, the description down below, and Tyrone, you know what to say.
$1 a month, guys. $1 a month goes a long way to help Rap out with content creation and making a living. It's literally $1 a month.
Yeah, just $1 a month, folks. That's all you need to support the daily content. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way is to send super chats via the chat. Again, I've read through as much of chat as possible, but usually super chat's the best way your questions answered. And we already got a couple to read through. All right, Timothy Finch for 5. And was anyone else feeling like we're experiencing something of a Catholic revival? I would gladly take it over the smug, cynical nihilism of the past 15 years. And speaking of Catholicism, we'll get to that in a second.
Trump's going to probably convert to Catholicism either before the election or while he's president.
Yeah, listen, should we just start with that? The whole freaking...
Oh yeah, did you see that cryptid DeSantis guy
I can't
complain
believe
about
it.
it? Which is ironic because DeSantis is literally Catholic.
Okay, should we just talk with this? This is unbelievable. So for those that don't know, Trump posted a prayer for St. Michael yesterday, and it caused a shitstorm among
America is a Protestant nation. Shut up.
These people. And it's not even like every Protestant, it's just like a certain sect. It's like the schizophrenic evangelical types. And again, not everyone's like that, but Tyrone, what's your opinion on this situation? Well,
Thank you.
Tyrone, you're supposed to be.
I was muted. I was cleaning my dishes.
Oh, sorry about that.
I doubt Trump converts to Catholicism. He's been a political Christian, even if he is experiencing a religious awakening. I'm pretty sure this is literally just to win the Catholic vote. But I mean, yeah, no, all the people whining about it are like schizo evangelical types, schizo Methodists, schizo Baptists. All I have to say is, can y'all shut up? Y'all finally have your president talking like openly, like doing actual open, genuine Christian messaging, and now you're complaining about him being influenced by the Antichrist because it's the Catholics or something.
Well, no, like you.
Shit, I've got my opinions on the Roman Catholic Church.
Hey, wait a minute.
Church, not the churchmen.
Hey, wait a minute here. But yeah, so the point is though, like Trump posts something and it made everyone freak out. Just some of these people gotta touch grass, and like they're saying it's like the Antichrist or something. Just go away. And it's like you look at people like James Lindsay, like what the hell? Well, this is what he said.
First off, James Lindsay is a communist, and he's an atheist, not a communist. Sure, he's an anti-communist, but he's an atheist. And secondly, he is a closeted homosexual.
Yeah, this Archangel Michael stuff isn't good. Speaking as someone who has read the UN and Fetzer Institute stuff, please be careful with that. In fact, don't take the conservative movement there. We're getting played for fuck's sake. Unbelievable. Are you serious? He compared Saint Michael to frickin' the UN, like some UN conspiracy. What the hell is he talking about? The Feltzer Institute? What?
Saint Michael, save us from schizo Baptists, please, Saint Michael.
Oh my gosh! So you're telling me you're putting Archangel Michael into the same category as some like schizophrenic conspiracy?
All I have to say is that I would be more than happy to provide the sword that Christ uses to cut the tongues of these blasphemers out in the Judgment Day.
All right, let's see here.
Oh
Lord
yeah, by
Ryan-
the way, Biden said he's probably going to call a special session.
Yeah, I saw that. Lord Rhino for 5. Fun fact, church attendance has gone up with Gen Z after dropping with every previous generation. Yeah, I saw that. So Gen Z's actually having a revival. It's not just vibes. It just actually...
It's mainly among the men too.
Which, it's like even women, they're kind of like stagnated, but they are trending kind of upwards. But men are having a clear revival. Which is, I think it's bound to happen,
Well,
but...
I mean, that's also a coincidence when you look at the political trends.
Well, yeah.
Anglo-sphere countries go through eras of spiritual dryness and then spiritual revival. It's literally a trend that happens
Alright.
over and over.
Um,
I mean, shit, it kind of happened with the French and Italian states too.
Yeah. Richard Head for 2. Is it fair to say Rogers' race is now a toss-up? Yes, we'll get to that in a second. B. Dunn has been a member for 6 months. American Nerd for 5. Rap, you ready for JD Vance to beat Tim Horse Sucker Walls at the VP debate tomorrow? I can't wait. Yep. That's going to be a fun debate. We will be here for that.
That's going to be one of the last few things I actually get to enjoy.
Yeah, and Wednesday we will have presidential predictions. So, yeah. American Nerd for another 5. I called that on Trump converting to Catholicism like 3 months ago, and I'm not even Catholic. I still don't think he does, but he's starting to trend towards that direction, I guess. Superior.
He's probably getting convinced by Vance and Melania.
Yeah, I forgot Melania's Catholic, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Let's see. Superior Carolina for 2. Does the Western North Carolina stuff help or hurt Trump? It sucks. We'll get to that stuff in a second. I'm pissed off with the Biden administration. That's unfreaking believable what they're doing. Kyle Beckman for 20. As a descendant of George Reed, who drafted and ratified the Constitution, drafted and ratified the Bill of Rights, as the first senator of Delaware, please get out and vote to preserve our Constitution. K Cub for 5. Saint Michael is the angel that sent Satan back to hell in the Book of Revelation, if I remember correctly. Why is this causing such an uproar? Because it's some Catholic thing. They just don't like Catholics. That's what it comes down to. These people just hate Catholics.
These people think we still live in the fucking 1800s.
Yeah. But it's like, why do you hate Catholics so much? I don't know, but...
Well, keep in mind, there are unironically a large contingent of people who say, oh, I'm Christian, not Catholic.
Well, yeah.
Or, oh, you're Catholic, not Christian.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of schizophrenics. That's what it comes down to.
It's mental retardation.
Yeah. Let's see.
Profound mental illness.
All right, okay. Now we got to talk with the hurricane stuff because this is the biggest story. This should be the biggest story, but
yeah.
For those that live under a rock, North Carolina's getting well, they got hammered and they're dealing with a lot of flooding right now, and it's not good. And I have a question for everyone: where's Biden? Where's Harris? Where's even Stein? Does anyone know?
Yeah, the only person actually on the ground is fucking Robinson.
Yeah, Mark Robinson is on the ground, and now you got Trump going to Georgia, which that got hit by the hurricane as well. He's
Which, by the way, I'm actually convinced this can save his campaign. I don't mean like, oh, he's not going to lose by 15, he's going to lose by 5. No, I legitimately think that if he continues campaigning on it hard enough, he can actually make people forget the scandal and realize, oh shit, he's actually on the ground out here.
Yeah, now this is the thing though, it's like, what irks me the most is the only reason they're not doing anything, this is just sad, is it's Republican areas that got hit. Outside of Asheville, it was Republican areas that got hammered by this crap. I'm sorry, but it's true. That's what happened here, and that's why they're not saying anything. They're not saying.
Yeah, and these are like ancestral Republican areas too. Like these were voting Republicans since like the 1820s, basically. Well, not 1820s, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they've been voting Republican forever, but that's the sad part. It's like, I'm not saying for political gain, but yeah. General Hydra for 5. Pastor Dean for Fire and Grace Church. He talked smack about the Roman Catholic corruption and other fake Christians to look him up. Well, we're not. No. That's what I'm going to say to that. Just no. The Phantom Raider for 10. I'm Orthodox. I don't see anything wrong with this. If Trump wants to invoke the protection of angels and wants God's protection, I can understand. He almost got killed.
Yeah,
twice.
but that's the thing. You're Orthodox. You're not a schizo evangelical who views everything related to saints or prayers or shit like that as demonic.
Yeah, just like
or
you're worshiping them or something.
I know Baptists who are like the sweetest people ever, but their opinions are literally that, oh yeah, no, like, oh yeah, no, bro, it's like, Why would you put the teleporter there, bro? Hold on, sorry.
What?
Give me a second. Hold on. I gotta fucking talk to my team.
Spikes for 2. The Pope turns me away from Catholicism. No comment on that. But I just love Tyrone. What's going on over there? Are you playing something?
Yeah, I'm playing Team Fortress 2, and this stupid motherfucker decided to put his teleporter where the dispenser spot should be, so I could actually fucking spy check and hold the payload off.
American Nerd for 10. It's odd that people in the 1800s or early 1900s people refused to vote for a Catholic president as they thought they were controlled by the Pope. Look what the crap that L. Smith went through. Well, yeah. Before, like, Kennedy, people hated Catholics because, well, I don't know, reasons. Chat's like saying bro glitched. Yeah, like Tyrone glitched in the system or something.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are retarded. I'm fucking kidding.
What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is great.
The thing with Biden that's, I guess, that I've noticed is that, when people talk about him being a Catholic, they refer to him as being a fake Catholic rather than him being Catholic.
I love random crits. I love random crits. I love dying as soon as I fucking respawn to some jackass spawn camping.
Oh my gosh.
Real.
But yeah, well, Biden's a fake Catholic. Like,
oh, of course he is. He's Irish.
Thank you for that insight, Tyrone. But yeah, so for the whole North Carolina stuff, like, I still don't think it saves Robinson necessarily, but I think it prevents him if he plays his cards right. If he's actually this guy kind of proves he just gives a shit about people, But if he plays his cards right, it could help him a lot, prevent him from losing by 15 points or whatever. But I just don't see how he could win though right now.
We might save Bishop.
That's true.
It'll save Bishop at a bare minimum, but I do think that it can. I am of the opinion that it can save him.
Maybe. Why is it always Tyrone that has technical
issues? We're now
issues?
headed to Valdosta, Georgia, in order to pay my respects and bring lots of relief material, including fuel, equipment, water, and other things to the state. Many politicians and law enforcement will be there. We'll be saying hello to Franklin Graham, Burt Jones, Tyler Harper. This is a Trump tweet, by the way.
Yeah, so Trump actually tweeted the
Mike Collins, Austin Scott, Russ Goldman, Sam Watson, and Mayor of Valdosta, Scott James. They're working very hard. I was also going to stop in North Carolina, which has been hit really hard. I have a lot of supplies ready for them, but access and communication is now restricted, and we want to make sure that local emergency management is able to put focus on helping people most affected and not being concerned with me. I'll be there shortly, but don't like the reports that I'm getting about federal government and the Democrat governor of the state going out of their way to not help people in Republican areas. Make America great again. Yeah, and there was a fucking Fox News host who said suddenly they've discovered federalism.
Walk Talk 21 for 5. If the NFL was like politics, how competent would your Green Bay Packers be at a running campaign with the Badgers as their VP? The Badgers as their VP would be like, how to say this nicely? Who's the shittiest VP candidate ever?
Kamala Harris.
No, who is Bush's VP again? The first one.
No. Dan Quayle.
First one, Dan Quayle.
Dan Quayle.
Dan Quayle was actually competent, though. That's the thing.
Well, people question that, but I still
he was actually effective in the Senate.
Yeah, but he was kind of a worthless vice president. But
Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
Yeah, that's what people remember of him. But yeah, no, the Badgers would be like Dan Quayle of the vice presidencies. It would not be pretty. Let's see. Biden basically quoted Hoover, a surefire way to win. Did he actually quote Hoover?
What?
Please say he quoted Hoover and even know about it. Please.
I doubt most people care, but
Phantom Raider for 5. Hey Rap, got a question for you. Do you think about do you know anything about Caesarism and what it implies? I've heard people say it's inevitable here in America. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing something to do with Caesar? I don't know. I really don't know what that is. Like the idea that Trump becomes a Caesar type? I don't know.
Aaron, maybe, I don't know.
Holy fuck, I found an American lobby.
What lobbies are you playing in?
No, because it's low traffic in the States here right now. I'm being placed mostly in European lobbies where it's like 6 to 8 hours ahead of the time. So it's like
because everyone's like bored in school.
All right, Chris Creative for 5. What about Catholic NGOs supporting mass illegal immigration to Europe and the U.S.? Well, for starters, these are not Catholic organizations.
First off, those are not Catholic. They're not directly supervised by the Roman Catholic Church.
And look at like the people running are not even Catholics either. They just say, "Oh yeah, this is a Catholic organization." They're not. They're like atheists or something. So, Chance of Drain Stick for 2. Dan Quill supported Trump, by the way. This was Katrina 2.0. I don't know. Like, is this Biden's Katrina?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, the thing that irks me is why is the media not covering it? I've seen like one report on this. When you're hearing a bunch of people dying like this, why wouldn't anyone want to talk about it? Why are they just trying to cover it up?
Because they're white.
I guess. I don't know. It's just sickening to me that we have a government right now that seemingly does not care, or they're just so incompetent they can't give them money for whatever reason.
The media can't get there. Well, they couldn't get to New Orleans either.
I am so glad you just joined, John. I was literally about to say your line. Malicious incompetence.
Fair enough.
Or malice by incompetence.
All right. Welcome to stream, good sir.
Hey, man. As far as the Mark Robinson stuff goes, not Mark Robinson. As far as the North Carolina stuff goes, if Biden doesn't get a hold of this is going to severely impact the election. I think I mean, as of right now, they're covering up the story, but like, you can't prevent people from talking about thousands of people stranded
and dying
without food and water
Yeah.
and drowning.
I mean,
that's not something you can cover up.
I mean, I've seen a bunch of posts already. There's like people like families like they're stuck on rooftops and like no one's helping them and they just like the roof collapses and they die. It's like, my God, it's awful what's happening there.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to get as much resources there as we can.
And I can't believe Trump's a private citizen right now. He's doing more for these people than the president of the United States. Unbelievable. Like,
yeah.
I don't even think the president knows there's flooding going on in North Carolina.
No, he said yesterday, "Oh no, we're not going to give them a dime more." That's what he said.
Yeah, no, like they've been given a golden opportunity with the Shapiro, or not with the Shapiro, with the Robinson stuff. And then they just immediately threw it away.
Yeah. K-Cub for 5. Speaking of the Packers, Love needs to never wear a Favre jersey again. He channeled the Gunslinger energy with those 3 picks, but damn, 4 touchdowns. Yeah, that's the average Brett Favre stat line. A lot of touchdowns, but a lot of interceptions. American Nerd for 2. Hoover was more of a humanitarian than Biden. Maryland Degatti for 2. What's your thoughts on the Luzerne County backlog issue? I've heard nothing about it. I've heard nothing about that. What's going on in Luzerne County? Anyone know?
No.
No.
People are saying like there's an issue, I guess. I don't know. No clue what that is.
Apparently, Vance said something about his 2 sons eating about 14 eggs every single morning.
Wait, what?
I don't know. This is some resist lib, so it's probably fake, but...
American Nerd for 3. Trump got more crap for hurricanes than Biden. Well, yeah, remember he, was it Puerto Rico? When he threw he was at
Yeah.
Yeah, the media give him a lot of shit for, like, giving people, like, toilet paper and stuff, but then, like, Biden probably doesn't even know what's going on here, and no one's saying a word about it.
NPR anchor Maria Hinojosa says the Latino Democratic vote is shrinking because Latinos want to be white.
What? No way, send that here. Is that real?
Yeah. It's from AF Post, so I don't know, maybe.
Someone find a source on that. Did she really say that they want to be white? That's why they're... Oh my gosh. General...
by the way, Trump tweeted about, or truthed about the Harris photo.
Oh yeah, can someone bring that up? This should be the image of this campaign. Someone pull it up. General Hydra for 5. It is a shame that, but not a shock, that the Democrat is not helping the people in deep Republican areas. You could tell about who really cares about them. Well, again, like, it's not some grand conspiracy. If they actually give a shit, it's one thing if it's incompetence, but it's like, it doesn't sound like they even care. Like, they're saying nothing about it. But the
Mike Lindell's tripling down on the $14.88 pillow sale.
Are you serious?
Yep.
He's actually... Are you serious?
He's still doing.
What is he doing? Oh my God.
He's back on whatever drugs he was.
Hold on, I gotta find I'm gonna find the Harris tweet. Say something, chat. Say something, chat. Someone. Say something.
Hello.
There's a dude
So-
whose name. There's a dude in this game whose username is Creature Who Eat Trans Folks. So I killed him after eliminating his 18 kill streak. Said you will never be a real woman, and he tried to kick me.
All right, jeez. American Nerd for 5. Rap thoughts of the Freedom Party winning the Austrian elections yesterday. Yeah, they have to form a coalition with who is it again? Well, Austria. They had a big election yesterday, and the right-wing party won. Well,
Yeah,
they did.
The party openly talking about remigration.
Eggman Fireman for 5. The damage from the hurricane looks and sounds just as bad as Katrina and Sandy. I really hope all the people in the states get the help they need. I hope so too. I don't care if it's Democrat, Republican. It doesn't matter. These people are like dying, and no one's doing anything about it. It seems like. But yeah, so
I don't want to come off as callous, but get as much help to them as you can. Get supplies, donate, but. Think about this. Voting booths on steamboats that we kind of like charter in there. Like,
are you serious? That might not be a bad idea, but like, yeah, how is it gonna impact? Well, people make a big deal about it. Like, it's 40 days from election day. Like, they're going to be able to vote. They're not going to worry about it right now.
Did y'all hear about Zachary Levy endorsing Trump?
Yeah, I saw that. Object Clay's Canada for 2. Don't forget about Ohio. Add this on top just well. Yeah, didn't Ohio get like a bunch of issues also? Because I'm pretty sure like the power outages like hit Ohio also.
Yeah, Southern Ohio.
I think part of it's Kentucky, Virginia.
RT Huxley for 5. If I was Trump, I would suspend my campaign and direct millions of dollars, his campaign staff, everything to disaster relief in North Carolina, Georgia, etc. That may not be a bad idea. But you have to be careful because then they came to the same thing in 2008 and like blew up in his face. No, I think he like suspended his campaign for 5 seconds and he like unsuspended it because they had to get the package done, the relief package. Anthony Minimum for 5. The difference between Rome and the United States is the United States makes their generals switch armies every time to prevent a Caesar. Anyways. Let's get to this Harris stuff. You guys see this tweet? The picture of Harris?
No.
Did you guys see this?
No, I didn't. I've said this already. I don't.
Look it up on the chat. So, Kamala Harris finally.
Oh my god! Hold up. Mike Liddell is doubling down on the 1488 pricing. Are you serious? I'm sorry, I just saw that
5 minutes ago. But yeah, so for those that don't know, Harris finally said something about the hurricane. Is it Elaine? Is that how you say it?
Helene,
yeah. So Hurricane Helene, they finally said something about it, and she posted this image. Notice something very strange about this? Does anyone notice anything odd about this picture?
Paper's blank, and your phone's not attached to her phone. So yeah.
Yeah. So she is pretending to listen to music. Her papers are blank, and she's pretending to write something down. This is the Vice President of the United States, everybody. Posting a freaking photo op. Oh my god.
Well, you call it a photo op, but I think it's very real. The empty paper symbolizes the emptiness of Kamala Harris's head. The the inability to plug in your headphones. That also is very coconut coated.
I just can't believe that. Like, why? First of all, why are you listening to music like this? Why? Well, who thought this was a good idea? No, seriously. Who thought this was a good idea to release a picture like this?
Probably your staff trying to, again, have her come off as a girl boss or something.
Well,
the
Trump
campaign what do they call it? The feminine nomenon or something? The feminine nomenon or some bullshit.
Chance Driscoll for 5.
By the way, there was I think there was like a TikTok video that Colin Allred did with the feminine nomenon stuff.
Chance Driscoll. Dryzik for 5. I'm in Wyoming. Tulsi Gabbard gave a great speech here on the 20th. Speaking of Latinos, their base says, fuck here. Why is she in Wyoming? I don't think that's really a critical state.
Tulsi?
Yeah. Why is she in Wyoming? She should be like
something something Liz Cheney. I don't know.
American Nerd for 2. Wasn't Zachary Levi a libertarian who backed RFK? Yeah, he supported RFK. General Hydra for 2. I hear about the toxic plant in Georgia. What toxic plant? Is there like a plant that's about to explode or something? I don't know. American Nerd for 3. The VP technically has no real power. Accurate picture. Well, yeah, it might be accurate, but like, don't post it. Don't admit that you're just like pretending to write on a blank piece of paper. Like, and you don't even have your thing plugged in. Yeah, you could tell it's not even plugged in. Who thought this was a good idea? Who? Because, are you telling me that no one realized that the fucking, that the thing was not plugged in? Or is someone gonna tell me with a straight face they didn't even notice that? It's not even plugged in. So my question is, what is she listening to then? If it's not plugged in, what is she listening to?
The bed and basket weaving online courses.
Oh gosh, looks AI generated. Is it AI generated? Hold on a second here. Wait a minute.
Wait, what?
It doesn't look AI generated, no.
No, I'm just gonna. I just want a closer inspection.
The Harris photo? No, I highly doubt it. But
I'm just looking because last time we exposed the Harris rally thing because they had AI stuff. In Massachusetts, you guys remember that they had all those pictures of those big rallies outside the big crowd sizes outside the rally. Yeah, it turns out that those were fake. Not all of them, obviously, but there's some.
RCP says Florida Senate is a toss-up.
Wait, what? They moved Florida Senate to toss-up?
Yeah, guys, he always wins by No, Rick Scott's winning by 12 points.
He's gonna win by a
Well,
lot.
right.
He's winning by 12. He's winning. Rick Scott's winning by 12.
One of the things that I noticed about you guys is you're very conscious of your own bias. And I think that's a very good thing. It's very healthy to be aware of your own bias and to work against it. But then you have to remember the people on the other side think they can win Florida. That Florida is a toss-up for the Senate seat.
Yeah, well, listen, I obviously believe there's a chance that we could win, Virginia. I don't think it's likely, but I think there's a pathway. But it's like these people actually believe that Florida's down the wires, within the margin of 1 point or something. Yeah, no. Listen, if they're focusing on Florida, for starters, they're cooked in Montana. That they're done. That they're not going to win that seat.
Yep.
All right. You know what? Should we actually talk about the whole point of the stream, which was Pennsylvania? This is the whole
we
point.
probably should.
Yeah, we've been streaming for half an hour. We have yet to mention Pennsylvania.
Back to RCP. They have Trump's up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because of Trafalgar. Trafalgar just released a Trump +2 out of the state of Pennsylvania, and it took the world by storm because, well, you go to the RCP average right now. Let me actually pull this up. Let's see.
I mean, it's been going back and forth, so.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Everyone has a problem with the Trafalgar poll, but for starters, it lines up more accurately with Atlas Intel. Atlas Intel is Trump +3, Trafalgar has Trump +3. But secondly, why is no one talking about the Bloomberg poll that has Harris +5? So you're telling me that Trump +3 is an outlier, when in reality it's actually close to the other results, but the Bloomberg poll isn't? When it's literally Harris +5? Which, by the way, they released it right when Atlas Intel and Trafalgar dropped.
Hey, leading report. Kamala Harris is on track for, quote, the worst Democrat performance in a generation with union voters, per CNN.
Wait, seriously? That's kind of expected. Excuse me. Lord Rhino for 5. Will Florida vote for Trump by a larger margin than Texas? Yes.
No.
I think they will.
Probably.
Yeah.
Tyron, what do you mean no?
I think they're going to vote roughly the same.
But
If Florida does vote more Republican than Texas, it'll be by less than a point. Look, I think both states are going to be voting for Trump by 11 to 12 points.
True. Yeah, so right here, Trump has more working class support than any GOP presidential candidate in a generation. He's on track for the best performance among union voters in 40 years. He's up 31 points among trade school grads. He's doing 17 points better among non-white, non-college voters than in 2020. So how the hell is Harris going to win with those numbers? Who is she appealing to? Let me pull this on stream. Do you really think she can win the Rust Belt with these numbers? Like a state like
No.
Pennsylvania. Look at this.
Yeah. So yeah, hold on. So here's the clip in question.
What? Yeah, I got right here. So I have the clip right here.
Yeah, if she's performing worse than fucking Clinton with union voters, how the hell is she gonna win?
I mean, she's doing 10 points worse than Biden.
It's not even union voters. It's union voters and minorities, the two historical backbones of the Democratic Party coalition.
And they're bailing. They're leaving the Democrat Party. I don't get how you could spin this. Because you're talking about an electoral disaster. Like, for starters, it's not just union voters, it's non-white voters that continue to shift Republican. So which demographic is she doing better with?
You need to keep in mind, in the Midwest, a lot of these union voters are also like a lot of these unionized middle class unionized voters in the Midwest. They are also minorities. That's why Trump is doing so fucking well with black people and Hispanics in the Midwest.
There is a big union vote, obviously in the Midwest, obviously, but it's like a lot of non-white union voters. No one talks about that. So these people, it's like, okay, if Trump is doing...
I was actually talking with John about this the other night.
Go on. What were you going to say?
No, I was just saying I talked to John about this the other night. He can talk about it if he wants to.
Yeah, sure.
No, I just think the Rust Belt's entirely gone. We've been looking at these margins for quite a while, and it just seems that you go back to 4 years ago, and we did have a couple of copium moments where we were trying to figure out how Trump was going to clear the same margins he did the previous time, but this time things have gotten so bad for Harris. She's not Clinton. She's a little bit worse than Clinton, performing in all of the key demographics, and if these stories keep coming out, it makes a jarring cognitive dissonance between this and the conversations we see those left-wing, center-left, hardline Democrat analysts look at. I try to keep their words in mind so that I have a check on reality, but they're so detached from the actual data that it doesn't matter anymore. And yeah, it's going to be more of a question of do we lose a Sun Belt state? Do we lose Nevada? That's a very, very good chance. But as far as the Rust Belt, it's just locked up simply because of the combination of how poorly she does with workers and minorities. Yeah. It's just gone.
I just don't see how you can recover from this. Because you have to let's just say, okay, her entire improvement comes from white college voters. How much does she have to do better with those voters to win the election? White college educated voters. Let's say she's doing 10 points worse with white working class voters, 15 to 20 points worse with non-whites. How much does she have to do better with those voters just to barely win? I'm being serious. I mean, you're talking probably a 15 to 20 point shift. And I don't think that's going to happen. I guess it's possible, but I don't know. Let's see here. Cherokee Bear for 2. She only appeals to suburban white voters in Philly. Sophia Lotkis for 2. Men just need to get out the vote. Women always vote more. Random Polish guy for 20. To go back to North Carolina, I survived Katrina, and the only people who saved people was the Coast Guard, my buddies, and for my old unit there hasn't stopped search and rescue. They said this looks like hell on earth. Yeah, the pictures look pretty bad. The videos and stuff, it's not pretty. Universe 7 scum for 11. I never expected there to be parallels between Nelson Rockefeller and Tim Walz, but both are liberal scandal-plagued governors. Both blame obvious gaffes on dyslexia, and both flip off hecklers. Yeah, did he flip off someone at the Michigan game?
Walz did.
That guy's appealed to the Rust Belt. Lord Rhino for 5. 1,000 people in a poll doesn't indicate the voting preference of millions. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Polling is scientific. It's a scientific poll. You're supposed to, figure out key demographics, and that's how you figure it out. But yeah, I mean, it depends who you're talking to. Bloomberg. They're claiming that Harris up by 5 in Pennsylvania. That's not going to happen. But alright. Either way, though, it's does anyone really know how Harris can win these numbers?
No.
The only way Harris can win these numbers is if the panels that these common pollsters have actually genuinely represented America. And that's the big conversation I think that Mark Mitchell and a few other people have brought up, is just that these panelists of maybe 60,000, 90,000 people that in these mainstream polls just do not represent America anymore. And that's the primary reason we have a discrepancy between the perspectives on this race. And I think we're a lot more firmly planted in reality, and it's just there is no reality, I think, where Harris wins at this point.
I mean, like, it's possible, but like
Outside one specific thing happening, I'm not going to mention on stream.
well, no, like, yeah, obviously, but like, no, for real, it's like you have to make such big inroads with white college voters. I just don't think first of all, I don't think there's enough of them. I just don't think there's enough white college educated voters to flip. But secondly, you're talking like a 50-point shift, or I should say 20-point shift, just to barely win. I is it possible? I guess, but I don't know. It just all comes down to if this union shift is real, which I think it is. DHP for 5. Will the Rust Belt actually vote for a Republican senator? The current ones want more newcomers. I think we'll get one in the big 3. I think it's either Hovde, McCormick, or Rogers. Which
I think it's Hovde. No, I think it's McCormick, then Hovde, then Rogers in terms of likelihood.
I mean, McCormick has a chance. I mean, you look at the polling for Trafalgar, it's Casey +2 right now. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but he has a chance. We are officially toss-up territory. I can't believe I'm saying that.
So, for those who don't know, Luke Gagnon has his own stream now. I was on it last night, and I said basically, I have been supporting McCormick. I initially supported McCormick in 2022, and he literally just is a side grade to me.
Yeah. Chance Drazik, excuse me, for 5. Rick Scott won a Senate race during a blue wave year, and Florida zoomed right since then, but Democrats think it's competitive at call BS. And not only that, he beat Nelson. How long was he there for? Like 20 years?
24 years or something like that.
It's like he beat Nelson by, it was very close, but he still beat him in a blue wave. So and he's going to lose to, who is he running against now? I don't know who it is. Who is he running against?
I don't know.
K-Cup for 5. If Walz had real appeal in the Midwest and understood where he's from, he would be sparking conversations about which state had the best corn. Well, the thing with Walz is, like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's not, like, he has no appeal to these voters.
Oh, I know this is in Pennsylvania, but at some point I would like to cover the poll that came out of British Columbia and Canada recently.
Why?
Because it has the Conservatives winning a supermajority in the provincial legislature, which has not happened in like over 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, no, the current government and the NDP have really fucked up their chances in the provinces.
They're going to get absolutely killed.
There was also a poll that showed that young Canadians aged 18 to 30 are literally the most right-wing Canadian generation, period, ever in the history of the country, period.
What? Wait, hold up. Seriously?
Yes.
So, is that including the PPC? I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
That's including the PPC. But it's overwhelmingly young voters willing to vote for the Conservative Party.
Listen, there is an awakening happening in the West.
Yeah, no, America is the only country where the youth are actually getting more progressive.
I think it's a bit misleading because I just think what's happening is like the ones that are actually care about, like, they're how do you say this? The ones actually involved in politics, they are becoming more progressive. But I don't think the people not involved, they're not really changing much politically. I don't think so. I think the average young voter is really, or I should say even voter, just the average young person.
Oh, Trump's landed in Valdosta.
You did?
Yep. The federal government is not being responsive. They really have a hard time getting the president on the phone. The vice president is out campaigning, looking for money.
During it or something.
Oh yeah, no, remember when the Biden campaign brought up Hurricane Harvey and the other hurricane during the campaign trail? But now Trump's like bad for politicizing Helene.
Yeah, Politico is saying Trump politicizes the hurricane. What? Did they literally attack Trump for going to Puerto Rico or something during that hurricane? Tyler T has been a member for a month. Tech G 490 for 5. Many of the recent North Carolina governor polls are BS, including most recent from ECU, where Stein only got 50% plus 17, with 17% undecided. Worst case, Robinson loses by 3 to 5. Well, I think if Robinson plays his cards right, he can get within 5 right now. And it just comes down to like what Stein does. If he just continues to ignore this, I mean, could Robinson make a comeback? I mean,
Jason O'Connor wants to know at Real American, if Carrie Lake somehow wins, will you gift subs? Asking for a friend.
well, listen, if Carrie Lake wins, all right, I will be shocked if she does. But if she does, then I'll be happy. But I don't know what I would do. I would just
If
be like,
Carrie Lake wins, that's good for us, I guess.
yeah, just like
Well,
I don't
we
know
did
what to say
just
to
get a
that.
poll out. Carrie Lake was down 4 in the Atlas polls, which is like, it sounds bad, but then you think about like all of her other polling, she's down like 9 points, 16 points. Like it's
Yeah,
like
I
probably
always
the
thought
best
it was
poll
gonna-
she's gotten.
I always thought it was gonna like narrow a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know. American Nerd for 5. McCormick legit surprised me as I thought he was just another fake moderate neocon like Toomey, yet he's doing great so far. Why did we back Oz in 22? Well, because McCormick's campaign in 22, until the very end, it was garbage. At the very end,
Yeah,
it started to turn
McCormick
around.
ran a bad. Everyone seems to forget. Everyone kind of ran a bad campaign outside Oz in Pennsylvania 2022. Every Republican governor candidate kind of ran a dog shit campaign. Basically everybody but Oz
Well,
ran.
Oz's
a
campaign
bad
wasn't even that good.
campaign.
It was
And
just like,
yeah, I was going to say Oz's campaign was literally palatable. Pennsylvania in 2022 wasn't necessarily the fault of a bad candidate as much as it was just no one had no fucking clue how to campaign or do literally anything.
yeah. Tyler T for 2. Poilievre for Canada Prime Minister 25. Yeah, he's the next Prime Minister. The question is, how big a majority does he get? Does he get like a super majority? Or what?
Who?
How do you say
Pierre?
Yeah, Pierre.
Pierre Pouvier?
Yeah. Does he get a super majority?
God, I hope so.
Because, like, just like, I can't believe that in the span of 4 years, or not, when was the last election in Canada? 2021?
Yeah.
In the span of 3 years, we went from Labour winning, or, yeah, the Liberals, I should say. They won because of, I mean, let's just say it, that was bullshit, the system they got in Canada. You complain about the Electoral College, go look at Canada's system. But now it's like, oh yeah, Conservatives, they may win a supermajority. Good luck. Lord Rhino for 5. Tyrone hasn't been to the UK. Youth here are very progressive, especially in Scotland and the unis, although the rules are like southern states. What are you going to say about that, Tyrone?
Not really. Polling shows that British youth are trending more right on average, especially with their willingness to back reform.
Yeah. Let's see. Robinson's only chance of winning is to make his whole campaign about Cooper and Stein's lack of action with the hurricane. Yeah, that's the only thing that could save him at this point. If he makes his campaign about that, maybe he has
Jordan
a chance.
Peterson and Russell Brand close out their joint speech by leading 25,000 people in the Lord's Prayer.
Good.
Okay, I didn't expect that to come out of fucking Jordan Peterson's mouth.
You didn't know that you didn't know that he's religious.
No, it's more like he's old. I haven't ever seen him sort of do that stuff before. That's what I meant.
Oh.
I thought that he was just like a Canadian evangelical.
He was just a leaf. That's all he is.
Yeah, fucking leaflet. Day of the rake soon.
All right. American Nerd for 2. Isn't the Canadian system just like the UK's? Yeah, but the problem with the UK's, at least UK system, it's only like 2 parties that actually matter. In Canada, well, now it's probably 3, but like Canada, the problem is like you have the Quebec Party, you have is it the Liberal Democrats in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the problem.
The NDP.
Yeah. You know, it's like New Democrat Party. It's like with Canada, you actually have.
Democrat. So there's the Conservatives, there's Labour, there's the New Democrat Party, there's the Greens, and then there's the People's Party.
And the problem was, like, before 2024, or 2023, I should say, the problem was Conservatives, they kept, like, losing, like, the Liberals because the Liberals just got enough votes. And Conservatives, they had, like, a ceiling of, like, 35% or whatever. But now it's like, oh, they're breaking through that ceiling. And Liberals are just collapsing. So, yeah. Let's see. Gustavo G, clean your room, Tyrone. Tyrone, how do you respond to that?
My room is clean.
Let's see. Pennsylvania politicians are always the worst. Yeah, I mean, when was the last, like, good senator of Pennsylvania? I guess, like, Santorum, maybe? Was it Rick Santorum?
No, it was obviously what's the other guy's name?
We can't even think of anyone.
Well, no, Santorum did serve with Casey. That's right.
Yeah, well, Casey's garbage now, but yeah, I can't think of the last like legitimately good senator of Pennsylvania because Toomey was a disaster. Santorum was fine, I guess, but I don't know.
I don't know Pennsylvania senators off the top of my head.
I know, but I'm just trying to think like
I'm not a foul creature that lurks Wikipedia.
Yeah, fair
like
enough.
most fucking people on election Twitter.
Let's see here.
Because I've actually got a fucking life.
Oh yeah. What is the boldest prediction to come out of October Wrap? My boldest prediction? Well, we have the presidential prediction in 2 days, but my hot take of this election is going to be that we're going to see the biggest October surprise ever.
Biden defends monitoring hurricane crisis from Delaware. Quote, "It's called a telephone, Jack."
No way. Did he actually say that?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He did. I'm posting the New York Post article right now.
It's called I gotta find this. No way.
The clip is literally in the article, brother.
I'm good. I'm not New York Post. I don't know. American Nerd for 3. Canada should have been annexed during the 1812 war. No. Just no.
That was not going to happen. The time to annex Canada was pushing 5440 claims with British Columbia / the Oregon Territory.
The time to annex Canada is now.
No. This is the worst time to annex Canada.
Okay.
This is like the worst time that...
Yeah, why would I want to import like what, 4 million Indian immigrants?
I don't know. But yeah, reporter on the hurricane. Why weren't you and VP Harris here in Washington commanding this weekend? Biden, I was commanding. I was on the phone for 2 hours yesterday. He was at the beach. My gosh. This is the president? This is the person that's the leader of the free world? My gosh. You're telling me that he was in Delaware this entire time? Seriously?
That would seem to be what they're telling you, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to say to this? Yeah. Hector G. Mazoa for 2. Greens from Spain. Counties to monitor on November 5th. So, like, you're talking about bellwether counties? I'm gonna say places like, what county is Scranton, Pennsylvania? What county is that? Is that Lackawanna?
Oh, the bellwethers?
Yeah, so what county is Scranton in? Is it Lackawanna?
Yeah, Lackawanna.
Yeah, I would say some of the bellwethers includes Lackawanna, Maricopa, Clark.
Oh wait. Wilkes-Barre is probably, well...
I thought it was Lackawanna.
Lackawanna, that's more of a blue county, though.
But Scranton is... anyways, whatever. I can't remember. Like, it's a Scranton area.
Northampton is the bellwether county in that region.
Yeah, Northampton's up there. Lackawanna. Yeah, people were saying Lackawanna. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. DHP for 2. Annex Manitoba, Alberta, Sasquatch,
Alberta, Sasquatch.
Only, yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Object Place
Yeah, British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. Yukon, Northern Territories, all that should join the states.
Object Place Cater for 2. He was born in a middle-class family, RFK based. Oh, yeah, Levine, yeah. Let's see. Erie County. Yeah, so I'm going to say a place like, well, Erie, I don't know. I think it's a Republican no matter what. Didn't the Supreme Court candidate win Erie anyways?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's going to go.
They won it by like 5 points, too.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be like Northampton. It's going to be Lackawanna. Pennsylvania, or I should say Michigan's going to probably be, is it Genesee County? Is that where Flint is?
Genesee.
Yeah, it's with like these blue collar areas. If they swing towards Trump by a lot, he's got it.
It's probably that, Muskegon, and Saginaw.
Yep. Arizona's obviously Maricopa. Nevada's Clark. What's some other bellwethers? Like what's one in Virginia? Like Virginia Beach, maybe.
Probably so.
Virginia Beach. Trying to think of some other ones.
Maybe Stafford.
Stafford, yeah. What's one in like Trying to think, like Georgia. I can't really think of one.
Georgia, there might be like one in the Black Belt.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one though. Texas would probably be Tarrant.
Let's see. Maricopa County. Well, yeah, Maricopa County's a big one. If Trump just outright wins Maricopa, he's got Arizona. Obviously. I mean, can he lose Arizona without Maricopa? I mean, or
Yeah, man.
yeah, it's like,
Or I mean, technically he can, but he'd have to very narrowly lose it.
no,
like the county, I mean.
no, like, what if he wins Maricopa? There's no way he can lose Arizona, right? Unless he, like,
Right.
you have to, like, do, like, 20 points worse at Tucson or something crazy like that.
Right, pretty much. Red Eagle actually brought up another bellwether county, Winnebago, Illinois.
Really? Is that like a suburb of Chicago?
Not really. That's Rockford.
Okay, it's Rockford. What's Winnebago then?
That's Winnebago County.
Oh, duh, yeah. What was that?
Your brain turning the gears.
Oh gosh. Gotta cut down on Nova margin significantly to come close to Virginia. Well, yeah, obviously that's how Youngkin won. But I would argue Virginia Beach is a better indicator because it swung heavy Democrat in 2020, and Virginia did as well. So I think it's a good indicator.
The bellwether of all bellwethers right now is Clallam County, Washington.
Wait, what?
The bellwether of all bellwethers right now.
Why? Why Washington? Wait, what?
Clallam County has not voted for the loser since like 1976 or something.
Okay.
It's voted for the winner every election since 1980. That's where Port Angeles is in Northwest Washington.
Interesting. If the Rio Grande Valley counties vote red, it's over for Texas Dems. Well, not necessarily.
North Carolina agrees to purchase several Hunter Biden paintings in return for U.S. aid.
Gosh.
Thank you, Babylon B.
Cherokee B for 2. Jeff Flake is a Jeff Flake.
Oh yeah,
he endorsed
hey,
Harris.
Netflix sees spike in cancellations after co-founder endorses Harris for president.
Tyler T for 2. Georgia, Cobb County, Gwinnett. Well, those are Democrat areas now. I don't know if they're really bellwethers at this point. American Nerd for 5. Rap. If Ohio is called at poll closing and North Carolina is called within an hour, what does the election look like? Well, I think Ohio's going to call that poll closing. I think it will. But if North Carolina's closed or called right away, it's over. We got the presidency. Because at that point, he's just running it up in certain areas. But yeah, we'll know by, I think. How long do you guys think until we know who won on election night? Like, not just officially, but like unofficially.
Homie, I won't be here.
I'm talking to like John.
From the time that the first polls close, I would say, I don't know, honestly.
I'm gonna say
8 to 10 hours.
My take is we'll know by midnight Eastern time, like 12 p.m. Eastern. Or 12 a.m., I should say.
I don't think we're going to get an actual winner call.
Well, no winner call, but I just think unofficially we'll know, like, I think even by, like, maybe 11 p.m. Eastern. I think we'll know, like, kind of who's going to win. If Trump is, like, running it up in, like, Ohio, North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, he's got it. So
Trump is rising it up in Ohio.
Oh, gosh. Hopefully by November 7th. Yeah, oh, God. No, please, no. No more election weeks. We just want a winner on election night.
You hear that, John? Trump is rising it up in Ohio.
Oh, okay. I thought you were blaming me for the early election if I caused it.
But you can't have the winner on election night. That's anti-democracy.
Yeah, Nevada Democrats have hung a 43-foot tall, 6,000-pound naked dog.
Stop. Tyrone, just stop. Oh my gosh,
That's what they consider art. It's like that balloon that they flew to London.
Lord Rhino for 2. Watch Orlando and Miami. I don't know about that. That's kind of
Orlando, Miami, I guess. But it's probably.
Well, I think those
are already expected to swing heavily.
Yeah,
for
because
Trump,
at least with Orlando, it's more. Is it Puerto Rican in Orlando?
Yeah, that actually could be key to like Rick Scott, but he's going to win anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, like I could see Orlando because there are Puerto Ricans. It's not like Cuban; it's Puerto Rican. So maybe it could.
Which, by the way, I think there's a good shot that Osceola County could be a Harris Scott County.
Oh God, don't even say that.
Although honestly, I mean, Trump could win Osceola County. I don't think it's completely off the radar.
Are we going to see how many Harris like Republican counties we're going to see? That's actually a good question.
Not a lot, but
yeah, there's gonna be like one. I think there's gonna be like one or two that people are gonna laugh at. It just randomly is yeah.
Well, I mean, technically Vermont, but
I think sadly the election will be called relatively late. We won't have an idea who wins until 1 a.m. Well, that's not really that late. 2020 or 2016 was 3 a.m. So, but yeah, I would say with we'll know unofficially by like I would say midnight or maybe 11 p.m. Eastern. We'll know, like roughly speaking, like okay, we don't know for sure how big a victory it's gonna be, but it might be very close. I don't know, but we might know like right away, like, okay, this is just a bloodbath. This is a disaster.
I think because of the states involved, as well as the state of the race right now, I'm going to make the opposite prediction of Grimspear. I think it'll actually be earlier in the night.
Really? What time?
I mean, I'll put it wherever, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I don't think it's going to be a late night by any means. I think we're going to know.
Well, I think it kind of depends. Like, go on. Sorry.
No. I just think as soon as we have a rough gauge.
Hey, what's up, aliens?
As you guys understand, there's this issue where before Arizona mattered a lot, Wisconsin mattered a lot, but with the map that currently standing, is North Carolina and Pennsylvania are good. We don't really have to think much beyond that. I don't really think we have to.
Yeah. I think with Pennsylvania, like thing people forgetting about is like,
hey, a new poll in Pennsylvania just dropped.
Patriot polling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Aliens just posted it. Hey, what's up, aliens?
Morning, folks.
Good morning, my
Yeah, so we were talking about like how long we're gonna be up for election night, like until we know who won, basically, or unofficially, I should say.
Probably not until the next day. I wouldn't expect a call out of Arizona or Nevada for at least a few days.
No, I'm not saying like an official call. I'm saying like unofficial, like okay, we know who's gonna win. It just could be a little bit.
I'll judge who wins based on the first swing.
Arizona, I could probably see Arizona called on well, maybe not on election nights, but like early morning.
So
Nevada will take days though, but
yeah. So the only states I think we're have to wait a couple days for is Arizona and Nevada. Those are the only states I think we're have to wait a long time for. But because with for starters, look at North Carolina counts votes pretty quickly, so we'll know right away. Georgia's gotten better. Pennsylvania, the reason that was so slow in 2020 was the mail-in votes. You don't have as much this time, so I think we'll know kind of right away how it's going.
Yeah, you just have to look at the New York Times swing map and see where Elk County, Pennsylvania comes in when it's 95% reporting, like an hour after poll closing. Elk County, that was the first county I believe that was 95% in 2022, and that's how I knew Oz was done, because it swung like 10 points left or something stupid.
Okay. But yeah, I'm curious.
But there's some counties, like rural counties in Pennsylvania, you can use to see.
Honestly, here's my take. Like,
early.
Because doesn't Kentucky and Indiana, they close really early, right?
Yeah, they are the first states.
There's some, like, I know it's a little bit different now, but like there still are some key bellwethers in those states. Like if they're swinging heavy Republican in some areas, I mean, that can usually be an indicator of things, but obviously it's not everything, but
yeah, like if Eastern Kentucky's like Appalachia area is swinging pretty decently to the right, then we're probably going to see that manifest in the more heavy rural counties in Pennsylvania as well, which could have a pretty strong implication for those more white working class, like northeastern PA exurbs.
Nick Dow for 5. Trump won Virginia Beach in 2016. He lost by 5 in 2020. Youngkin won it by 8 in 2021. So that will be a good one to watch in Virginia. Yeah, Virginia Beach is a big one, in my opinion. If Trump is doing good there, I think he's in a good situation. I think he's in a great position to win.
He's in a great position. He's in the best position he's ever been in.
We'll know Trump wins if he keeps North Carolina and takes Georgia and Pennsylvania. All those states are on the East Coast. Yeah, so in all three of them, Pennsylvania's going to take the longest, but it should be faster than 2020. Because wasn't it fast in 22, relatively speaking?
Yeah.
I forgot how long did it take for Pennsylvania to get like fully counted or basically all counted.
I'm not totally sure, but I believe it was called on election night, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
like
so.
the
It
day
was
after.
not that long. I remember that. American Nerd for 5. American and Nevada on election night. Count votes faster. Nevada to America. You know what? I'm going to count even slower. Well, I don't think we have to worry about Nevada. But I swear, what's that one map where we need Nevada to win? To go Republican to win? What is that scenario?
Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada.
Oh, God, don't. No.
Oh, there goes the fix.
That's 270, like, on the mark. There's two, like, very tight 270 maps. It's either the Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada path, or it's just Pennsylvania and Georgia, and keep all the 2020 states.
My gosh, don't even get to that scenario where it's Nevada. Oh God, I don't know.
Alternatively, Harris can also win with just 270 if she loses all the Sunbelt states, but holds on to the blue wall.
And by the way, the Nebraska thing's gonna kill us in that scenario, which I don't think it's gonna happen. I think she's done in Pennsylvania, but.
No, the Rust Belt's gone, and that's why I think it's going to be an early night. It's like as soon as we get the data from like the most easternmost states, PA, VA, and C, those things are going to tell us like where the entire country is at. And
yeah, because
we're just
those are actually good states. Because if Trump is running up with like black voters, we'll know right away. We'll know in North Carolina and Virginia, especially. If he's running up in urban areas, we'll probably see in Philly. So that's where it's like we'll know right away. That's why I'm saying I don't think it's gonna be a long night. Like. I think it's gonna take a while for them to call it, but they want to drum up like anticipation. Yeah, they want to drum up
anticipation.
Yeah. And broken English there, but like that's what they want. You know, that's what the media wants. Let's see. If Trump's closest Rust Belt state in 2020 was Wisconsin, I don't see why Arizona, Georgia, Wisconsin aren't his most likely path. Well, because this time around he's doing so good in Pennsylvania. Like, Harris is just, I don't know what she did there, but she's just collapsing in PA right now.
I think a key note here is that Pennsylvania has pulled right of Wisconsin 2 cycles in a row now, 2016 and 2020. So there's a good possibility that Trump is just being underestimated in Wisconsin again, and it's still going to vote for the right. It's still going to vote right of PA. Which,
if that happens, she's done. Like, if she's losing both Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, how could she win at that point? Because if Trump gets Georgia, North Carolina, it's over. That's what I'm saying. We'll know right away.
Yeah, if he gets Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, he only needs one more state. Like, he can win with any other swing state. It could be Georgia, Arizona, both of which look really good for Trump. Could be Nevada or somehow Michigan, which is also looking better for Trump as well.
North Carolina. I mean, it's just there's so many pathways. But yeah, I agree. It's gonna be way faster than 2020, even 22. Like 22, what happened was Arizona was a clown show, but even Nevada a little bit. But both Gallup and Atlas, 2 best pollsters of the national popular vote, having Trump up by 3 makes me more optimistic. Well, no, Gallup has an R+3, the environment. That's what they have, which actually correlates well with the popular vote. So if it's really R+3. I want to know how we're getting the E+5 electorate, like some polls are saying.
It's not going to happen. Republicans are just too energized. If there was it was D+1 or so in 2020.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a more rightward shift in just the early vote alone. If there was such a large surge in Democrat enthusiasm, we'd see it reflected in the early voting.
Yeah, and people are making a cope about election day votes. NBC admitted that basically all of Harris' support's coming early. It's not on election day. It's more on election day than 2020, but still not like 80%. It's like maybe 40% are voting on election day.
A key note, another thing to mention too, is that polls have actually questioned how people intend to vote between early vote and election day, and Democrats still by and large say they're going to vote early compared to like Republicans still voting at large on election day. Like, that hasn't changed in the polls.
And you look at who's actually voting. By the way, we have new numbers out of Virginia. And it changed a little bit more Democrat, but this was kind of expected. Either way, though, the Democrats have a big problem. These voters they're getting out to vote, they're high-propensity voters. They're people that vote in every election. That's the problem here. I think they're cannibalizing their support. These are not people that they actually got out to vote. These are just people that are going to vote no matter what. And that's what the data is suggesting. So... K-Cup for 2. What would be the undisputed it's over moment? If Trump loses, like, Pennsylvania or in North Carolina. And then I think you could say it's probably over.
I say Wisconsin. If Wisconsin gets called for Kamala, then that's done. It's done.
I don't know about that, because Wisconsin can have weird swings. I don't know.
I just don't see Wisconsin being left of PA.
It can happen. It can happen. It's rare, but it does happen. So
I guess theoretically, but we'll see. It's really hard to predict how the underestimation might go.
How is this election even close? Harris is an effing nightmare. Well, there's questions about how close the election really is. I don't know.
Woman.
Yeah, basically, it's one of those things
What
where
I
I
would
think.
say,
Go
what I
on.
would say to you guys, stay tuned because by the end of this week, we're going to have a much clearer picture of how the early voting in Virginia is going.
Yeah.
If by the end of this week Democrats haven't recovered, then we're going to be able to more confidently tell you guys how the race looks like it's going to end up going. So that's actually my message. I think you guys will get some interesting data by the end of this week. Just stay tuned,
Yeah,
guys.
and the expert of Virginia, Christian Hines, he knows what he's talking about. He basically said that if Democrats are expected to see a bump the next week. If it's not that big, and then Republicans surge in late October, it's over. That's what he said. So I mean,
Have you discussed the Trafalgar, Pennsylvania poll
yeah, we
yet?
talked a little bit about that. If it's Trump +2, and I wanted to bring this up, I forgot to mention this. People get a lot of shit to Trafalgar. For whatever reason, their polls in October and late September, they're more accurate than their late polls. I don't get why, but
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They had Biden up by like 2 points, I think, this time in 2020, and they also had Fetterman up by 2. So Trump taking a lead this early in Trafalgar is a good sign. They're usually good in the Rust Belt and Trump years.
Yeah, they're good in the Rust Belt, and they're especially good this late in the cycle. Or early. Well, not really late. It's like a month out, I should say. Napoleon the Greatest, join the channel.
Welcome back, Go Texans.
They're probably going to get a lot of crap for having like a Trump +5 in their final November poll, but at least as it stands right now, Trump +2 seems about right.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's in line with Atlas Intel as well.
What's going on over there?
Oh, it's just some people talking by me.
Let's see. An election night Trump win would be awesome. Yeah, I got a gut feeling he's gonna win. I mean, if the Harris campaign, now Slotkin's admitting they're down in Michigan. I mean, just like if she's admitting that, I don't know. Maybe it's a ploy fundraising, I guess, but why would you admit that Harris is down in PA or Michigan, I should say?
I guess it is partially.
Well, lost him.
One of the interesting trends when we were in that response bias.
So I sent this to the chat, but there's an RFK event with Dr. Phil in Philadelphia.
Bruh.
Cool. So the thing that we were experiencing with the response bias, it's something I saw over and over again in the crosstabs, was that these people, like, you know, when they had the D+15, D+20 raw samples for Democrats, the Democrats still thought they were going to lose. The Democrats were like, oh yeah, 60% chance Trump wins, 65% chance Trump wins. Like they were all, I think even like when they're energized and excited, they still like had this feeling that they were going to lose. And the problem is that I think the Harris campaign being honest about where they are is unfortunately slightly demoralizing some of them. So it's like you have this weird mix of like on the ground, like actual Democrat voters are a little bit demoralized, in my opinion. And then like the only people I see really energized are the paint huffing pollsters, analytics, like those people.
Yeah, like Bloomberg. Every time there's a bad poll for Harris, they come out of the left field with, oh yeah, Harris +7 in Pennsylvania. Every time. It's always Bloomberg. It's always, is it NPR? No, what's the other shitty pollster this cycle that's been, like, ridiculous? It's like every time there's, like, a bad poll for Harris, they drop, well, like, a good one for her. It's Bloomberg. Maris is actually decent. Like, yeah, it's it's Bloomberg. That's Morning Consult. But yeah, it's like, it's always them. Anytime there's a bad poll. Yeah, anytime there's a bad poll for Harris, they drop a Harris +7. Ipsos, yeah, thank you. It's Ipsos. Yeah, they're the bad ones this cycle. Those are the two bad ones. Even Quinnipiac's gotten better, or on paper at least. But Reuters and freaking, oh yeah, it's Ipsos and Morning Compost, but it's mostly Reuters and Bloomberg. They're the ones sponsoring it. Every time, it's not even a joke. Every single time there's a bad poll for Harris or a bad stretch of them, They drop a bombshell poll. Harris +8. It's just amazing. It's amazing that this keeps happening. It's always odd. It's always the one side that gets these magical polls. It's always the Democrats. I wonder why. Okay. I think we're gonna have last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats and questions. Send them now.
So I think the engineering students on my campus are required to wear these stupid shirts. It's the I think it says like engineer, but it's the brat format.
Oh God. Tear it off. Get rid of it.
Yeah,
Are you serious that they have to wear the brat thing?
yeah.
All right. Lord
Also,
Ryan.
something weird. Also something weird electorally about my campus compared to like all the other big Texas universities. I mean, it votes like 66-33 Democrats, but it actually trended right in 2022.
Yeah.
Like it basically stayed stagnant while all the other campuses moved like several points to the left.
All right. Lord Rhino for 5. What would the election look like if Trump gets his 2020 vote total and Harris gets Clinton's 2016 vote total? Oh, you're talking about like a Reagan-esque landslide at that point. If it's that bad in the popular vote. Because how many votes did Clinton get?
Bill?
Hillary.
Oh, I have no clue.
It was like 65 million.
Let me look. She got 65 million.
Yeah, if Trump gets 74 million, Harris gets, yeah, that'll be an electoral landslide. Maybe a blowout. Alex Demira for 5. What do y'all think about the margin of Iowa being the earliest and strongest indicator of how the night will go? Iowa, be careful because you don't know if it's like parts, like more Democrat parts of Iowa, but I guess, Iowa could be a good indicator for Wisconsin.
I mean, Iowa, I'm probably gonna end up calling it a poll closing.
Yeah. But I think Iowa's useful for, like, Wisconsin. I could see that. But outside of that, I don't know. Because if Iowa shifted, like, 10 points Republican, yeah, he's got Wisconsin at that point. But all right.
I mean, I think most media outlets are probably going to keep Iowa in like the too early to call column for a while.
Did they have like Montana 2016 or 2020 like too early to call or something?
I think so, and like I think they tend to do like with Mississippi as well. But yeah, Iowa. I mean, I know most media outlets will probably keep it as too early to call for a while. I'm just going to call it a poll closing for Trump.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Biden just nuked Harris's chance in North Carolina by saying no more money left to help the hurricane victims. But yeah, I don't get why he's doing that. That should infuriate everyone.
Oh yeah, and how much did they announce they're giving to Israel today? Like $8 billion.
Taiwan got 500 million or something. Like
20 trillion to Israel.
It's a one. I still want to find the original like image of that. That's one of the funniest.
I think it's from like a video game or something.
Oh my gosh. Bunkus for 2. Hillary says bad October surprise for Kamala. Really? For Kamala?
Yeah, she went on a station and she said something along the lines of, they're gonna manipulate something. They're gonna put out fake news for Kamala to try and push her out.
What is it gonna be? Hold up. If she's admitting something.
It made me feel like she was nervous. Like she thought they had something and that they were waiting.
I know they got something real bad on Walls, apparently. They have something real bad on him. I don't know for sure what it is, but apparently it's something it could like if it's
I got something really bad. It's really bad on Tim and Tim.
All right.
Anyways, it's not going to be the horse stuff, right?
No, it's not. I don't think it's anything horse related. But I think it's. Apparently, it's even worse than that. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. It could be fake news, but apparently it's something real bad. I don't know for sure. I cannot confirm.
Oh, is it going to be an S-word scandal?
I don't know. I cannot confirm anything, but the way some people are sounding, it's not good. And this was like reported a month ago that they had something on him. I don't know for sure, but anyways, folks, I think we're in the stream here. If you guys did enjoy the stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts, the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. And I think we went over everything, the Pennsylvania stuff, the North Carolina stuff. Prayers for North Carolina. That's awful what's happening there.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow for the vice presidential debate.
That's right. Tomorrow's vice presidential debate. It's going to be a shit show, I think. We're going to see...
Yeah, we're going to see... Yeah, Tim Walz is going to act like a giant man-child on stage while Vance hopefully destroys him with facts and logic.
What, Tyrone?
We're going to stream it?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we stream it?
Yeah, I'll be there for the stream. I don't have a watch party to go to or anything.
Yeah, so it's not... What is it, 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow?
I have no idea, but I'll be there, so...
Yeah, we will be there. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's vice presidential debate stream. Godspeed.